That's
Kane was nowhere. Kane, wait, can I just say just real quickly?
No, Flex, no, stop.
Whoa.
No,
Because Craig, you're not gonna like this, Craig.
It's coming home. Even I tweeted it. You can't help it. It's just like, I don't know what happens. You get infected by it, and then it just, you have to say it. But he's got that on. There it is. All right, boys, man. Listen, we're here, the Euro Social. England have played their first game. They beat Croatia 1-0. First of all, straight off the bat, I want to come to the selections that Southgate made, because before the game, Sterling was on the team sheet, Jack Grealish wasn't, and there was a bit of an outcry on social media. Sterling ends up getting the winning goal at Wembley, where he's from. We've seen the stories. I'm gonna start with you, Rory. Is he justified, Southgate, fully in his decision then?
No, I don't think so. Look, I have a lot of love.
Oh, Rory, I knew you would do this. I knew you would do this.
Mate, simply scoring a goal doesn't mean you've had a good game. Simply just scoring a goal doesn't mean you've justified your performance. He scored a goal, he scored the winner. That's fantastic. I give him nothing but props for that. The fact that he's done it in the shadow of Stonebridge where he grew up, even bigger, right? I love the tattoo. I love the story. I love everything about it. But I'm afraid he didn't have a good game. And I think the fact that he scored the winner merely puts a facade over the fairly abject performance.
That's hard.
I can tell. Hey, I'm looking at you two. The way you're both looking at me. Have I got this wrong?
No, listen, no. You know what? You're in the majority. Like, the whole country was doing this before the game. Like, pretty much. I put my neck out on the line as well and was saying as soon as that leaked team sheet was out, even the whole build up to it, you know, it's like the Mount, Foden, Grealish, that's what it has to be, 100%. I'm saying two things. I'm saying the type of football that England play, right? I don't know if I'm comfortable with players who only want to come and get the ball, want to have the ball all the time and not stretch the opposition. I'm saying one of the more direct players needs to play along with two of the ones who want to come to feet, make things happen, like a Foden and Grealish amount. And whether it's Rashford, whether it's who I really obviously don't think is playing very well right now, but Gareth obviously loves him, or whether it's Sterling, which I did think was the right thing. I think he is justified, to answer Craig's question. I think he's absolutely justified in picking Sterling. 15 goals in his last 17 games, and make that now another goal and another game. 16 goals now in 18 games.
Quick maths.
You know, there you go. I've got to spell it out for you, Rory, because you think he shouldn't have started. So I've got to spell it out. I've got to do the quick maths on you. Do you know what I mean? Because he stretches teams, yeah. And look, he hasn't maybe had the best of seasons, but in an England shirt with Gareth Southgate, I can see why he picked him, and he proved why he scored. We haven't even won. Hold on a minute. We haven't even won our opening game of the Euros ever, and we've just won it. And all this, like, people were saying Sterling still shouldn't have started, even though he scored the winner against Croatia, a team that passed us off the pitch 2 years ago. By the way, Modric was still just taking the mick out of people. By the way, he's just megging people.
He's insane. Yeah. He's insane still for his age.
So
I can't really agree with it, Flex. I think the fact that he scored the winner is nothing but brilliant. It doesn't do anything other than fill me with love. I'm so grateful that he did that. But we can twist the narrative here. He didn't have a good game. Did he have a good performance?
I thought he was all right. Well I don't think he was horrible. He's the one who passed the ball to. He's the one who come in off the throw in, come in, run across the pitch and gave it to Foden in the first 5 minutes. He would have had an assist in the first 5 minutes. Then what would it be saying? Like, he played okay. Then he was through on goal, and the defender just got back and it went for a corner. Like, he was active. Like, I don't get this myth of, like, what did he do apart from score a tap in? Like, it's nonsense.
I don't think he was one of the worst players on the pitch at all. Like, he was involved, he was active. I feel like Calvin Phillips was probably the only person really, and Rice, that really shined in that game. Everyone else never really shined. Mount never shined. No. Kane didn't do much. There was no one that really stood out. It was really.
All right, let's talk about Kane, by the way.
But that's a different conversation.
Kane was nowhere. Kane, wait, can I just say real quickly?
No, Flex, no, stop.
Because Craig, you're not going to like this, Craig. Craig, you're not going to like this, right? Jose Mourinho was on talkSPORT saying how amazing Harry Kane was just from the movement and all of that stuff. I didn't buy that in that game.
Harry Kane by his own standards, Harry Kane had a shocker. Yeah. Harry Kane was definitely really average.
He's anonymous.
He missed the sitter. He missed the sitter. He's doing this thing that he does for Tottenham, and I understand why he does it for Tottenham, because it works. But when you're playing for England and you have a supporting cast that's so good, get in the box. You're a number 9. You're an elite level finisher. We need to see you in the box, having shots, playing on the shoulder of the last man. And Harry Kane had a terrible game as well. But again, though, had Harry Kane scored that one chance that he had, it wouldn't change the fact that he had a bad game. The two things can exist. You can
Yeah,
score
but it
a
would have
goal and have a
justified him
bad
starting.
game.
No one's calling for Harry Kane to not. We would have been like, yeah, he's done his job.
Harry Kane always has to start.
No, because of the
Let's just
options.
Yeah,
Flex.
he does.
It's because of the options. If there was the equivalent of another Harry Kane on the bench, then perhaps we would have a conversation. The fact that the next option is Calvert Lewin. Exactly.
All right, but you know what the question? No, the question, though, really, I'm saying the question should have been this: Foden, you know what I mean, was in and out of the game. Obviously, would have had imagine if that goal goes in, someone's probably running over to Foden. He's got his arms out there, squirting the water in his mouth. Like it would have happened. Like it just would have. But it wasn't to be in it, and he kind of was a bit in and out. But Southgate's his intent to go to Rashford straight away over Grealish. That's where my thing was. If you're going to make that change there, let's get Grealish on that right hand side. Or in the time,
was he maybe thinking counter though? Was he thinking counter, like you said, having that pace on the pitch? We know Jack Grealish isn't slow, but if you're holding a 1-0 lead and you know that Croatia's going to have the ball and you maybe want to hit and get.
But then Mount went out to the right as well on the second sub.
The thing is, you can't have a situation. I don't think you can have a situation where your front three goes Harry Kane, who's doing this dropping deep thing, Phil Foden, who wants the ball to feet, and Jack Grealish, who wants the ball to feet. Jack Grealish is happy picking the ball up on the halfway line and creating from there. Yeah. You need the option. You need one of the three.
But that's what I was saying at the start. That's what I was saying. That's why Sterling needs to play. What's the problem then? What's the problem?
No, but it's not about Sterling, is it? It's about is it Sterling or is it Rashford or is it Calvert Lewin or is it like there are options. It isn't.
Well, hold on. I think it is about Sterling. People saying that Sterling should not start. This is about Sterling.
Yeah, but they aren't saying that Jack Grealish should. It's about should Sterling start? Is Sterling a better option for that ball?
Wait, that is what they're saying. That is what they're saying.
Well, it depends. Guys, it depends what circles we're looking in on social media right now because they're going to have different opinions.
That's true.
But what I want to come to quickly is we spoke about the players that have played, but Rory, I want to ask you about the players that haven't played. Sancho and Chilwell. Chilwell, especially, you being a Chelsea fan, played in the Champions League final, played very well, won them the Champions League, was left out, and he decided to go for a right back at left back. We've seen him do that in the past, and people kind of scratch their heads. Do you see him doing that again against Scotland? Can Chilwell or even Luke Shaw get a look in?
I think they have to, Craig. I think what Gareth Southgate did was actually very intelligent, very astute, and it worked. Crucially, it worked. But I think it was a solution. It was a solution for a particular problem in a particular match. The answer to England's left-back quandary isn't Kieran Trippier. It might be Kieran Trippier against that particular opposition in that particular match. Yeah. Exactly. But I think that what we will now see is the fruits of England's brilliant squad. Like I've said this before about England's squad. You make a case for France having the best team. I think that's probably true. I think you could even have the argument about Portugal. But I think the reason that England are so good as a squad is you've got Kieran Trippier played, and on the bench, or at least as options.
Well, this is the thing. Chilwell and Sancho weren't even on the bench. This is my whole point. They weren't even selected for a matchday squad, which is harsh.
You've got players who... So, look, if you use the left back, you've got Manchester United's best player last season and the fella that just won the European Cup. At right back, when you're having the debate, you've got the geezer who just won the league in Spain, the geezer who just won the league in England, and the geezer that just won the European Cup. England's squad is brilliant. And Southgate, to his credit, is making use of that. Keep the squad happy, keep everyone fresh. I think we will see changes. And I'd be very surprised if a proper natural left-back doesn't play left-back.
Flex, what about you? Jadon Sancho, obviously linked with Man United all the time for the last 2 years. Looking like maybe this summer he's going to come across. But, if he doesn't feature in this Euros, doesn't even get on the bench really, what does that say for his value? Will he still be attractive to Man United? And do you see him, because I don't want to make it all Man United.
Yeah.
Do you see him actually featuring in this tournament?
Well, from the England side of it first, like you said there, I'm a bit worried because I'm saying, well, he's had a decent season. I know he started off slow, then he got himself together again and finished off strong, won a German Cup, was playing Champions League and stuff. Same with Chilwell as well. I don't understand how they've just gone to England and they're just off the boiler, so you're just not in the squad. Like it is a hopefully we're looking to go deep into the tournament, but I don't buy that. That's just Southgate just not fancying them for a specific game, like what Rory said, because it isn't that Sancho's come and he's just rubbish and they're putting up the training in training, putting it top bins left foot, top bins right foot. They're trying to push the narrative that he's still there in the squad. So I think he's got to get in there somewhere at some stage. But we know Gareth Southgate has his favourites as well, and people who we trust who have done it for him in the tournaments, which is important in tournament football. So I wouldn't read too much into it if he just doesn't really get the game time at England and be like, oh, should we even buy him and stuff like that. And in terms of the Man United situation, Man United are fully invested into him. The Euros won't change that. He could not play a minute at the Euros for whatever unforeseen circumstances. England go deep into it, whatever, and Sancho's not a main part of that. Man United aren't about to say, actually, he's not the player. They've got they had it from last year. Do you know what I mean? They've got all the evidence that they've based it on of why they think he's the best part of an £80 million player. So I still think he'll come to United, yeah.
Yeah, so do I. Rory, listen, we always do it, those 3 words on the tip of everyone's tongue every time England win a game. It's coming home. Even I tweeted it. You can't help it. It just like, I don't know what happens. You get infected by it and then it just, you have to say it. But there, he's got the hat on. There it is. Are we getting carried away though? Like, have we got a realistic chance of winning this, or is it just that dream that we hold on to, or can you see something in this team genuinely, especially after that first game where maybe we could go all the way?
Look, I think the two things can exist here together, Craig. I think that yes, we get caught up in the moment. Yes, I'm listening to nothing but World in Motion on repeat. Yes, I think it's probably slight blind loyalty, but I think that's part of the journey. I think that's part of the fun in tournament football. I think that the crest of the wave that sweeps the country, everybody in the same sort of belief, everybody genuinely pulling in the same direction. I think it's a wonderful thing, and I don't think we should apologise for that. If, in our capacity as more pundits of the game, maybe we should step back slightly and try and have a bit more perspective. When we do that, I think that we are truly genuine contenders. Like, look, I would say it's coming home. I would say it's coming home. I'd wear the bucket hat and I would do the John Barnes rap every day for the tournament if we weren't having no chance of winning. But I do genuinely, truly believe that this squad is good enough. I would go so far as to say that it's the best squad in the tournament.
And there's a lot of winners in this squad, Lex. Like, a lot of them, like Rory highlighted earlier, have won all major trophies around Europe this season. So really and truly, with that experience and the quality we do have in our ranks, we really should have an excuse to at least make the final.
Yeah, do you know what it is? Yeah, I agree with Rory and you as well. It's coming home. Like, get behind the gas. Like this last year and a half we've had has been horrendous. Football's back. The sun's out, and it's a European competition. It's our job to sing "It's Coming Home" after getting a 1-0 win at home in the first game. Like, it's our job to do that as fans. It's boring if you just go, oh well, we always go out when it really matters. That we'll do that bit later. But if I am kind of doing the sensible side of it though, where Rory's saying we do have a chance, and like you said, we do have a chance, but I do massively worry about this round of 16 business, because we probably will win this group, in my opinion, and we're going to face whoever finishes second out of that group of death. So it could be Portugal, France,
but Flex,
Germany.
So long as it's Portugal, so long as France continue to win their games. I thought France looked very good against Germany. I thought Germany looked quite good in that game as well.
Yeah,
but
don't sleep on them.
As long as we match France, right? Say France ends up top and we end up top, I don't think we have anything to fear. I watched that Portugal game. They were so lucky. They were so average, and they were so lucky. 3-0 is very flat.
Well, how amazing were we against Croatia? What I'm saying is, hold on a minute. This is where I think we get mad deluded as England fans. Like, they played a hungry team that were literally very, very hungry for that type of performance. They were stuck, penned in. They were difficult to break down. The stadium was packed of all their fans in Budapest. It was always going to be a difficult game.
Look, I'm not saying that they're not a good side. I'm just saying that England don't need to be scared of that Portugal team. They've relied on a huge slice of luck. 4 minutes from the end, that game was a draw at best. When Hungary had that goal disallowed, I went crazy.
Yeah, so did I.
Mate, I was off the sofa. It's definitely the most I've ever celebrated a non-England goal in international football. I was like, why do I care so much? But look, I don't think that I've seen anything France aside for England to be scared of.
Rory, when it gets to that point, it's all right now, early doors. We thought this when we played Iceland. Like you can't just What I'm saying is
different team though. Different team.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying.
Different manager.
Right. Listen, we fought this in the golden era. Then, if we really want to do it, we fought this when we had Beckham, Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, whoever. But what I'm saying is you can't. I'm reluctant because I've just been burnt so many times. I'm gonna get behind the gas, but I'm still reluctant to just go. Portugal, nah, mate, nothing to worry about, mate. Germany, going through transition, ain't even got a proper striker, nothing to worry. Because when it comes to these proper teams,
you could be reluctant. You could be reluctant to do that. I'm not reluctant. Bring on Portugal.
He's all behind it.
We're fine.
That's what we need. That's perfect, boys. We could do this all day. You know we can, because we love speaking football. But we got to wrap it up here.